Hello, you beautiful Spark, and welcome back to another solo episode of Spark TV. I am your host, Danielle Lewis, CEO and founder here at Spark Business. And today I want to share what I'm reading. I just want to share 5 amazing business/money kind of books that I'm reading at the moment in case it inspires you. So if you are watching the YouTube version of this episode, you can probably see that I'm a bit obsessed with books. I've got a wall of books behind me. I absolutely love them. There's something magical that happens when I read, and it really helps my brain consolidate ideas. It gives my brain space to think of new ideas. It is so powerful. I do not do it enough, which is ridiculous considering how amazing I think it is. So I wanted to share some things that I'm reading right now with you. I exclusively read business and personal development books, which some people think makes me really boring, but I love it. So who cares? So these are the 5 that I've picked up to share with you today. So the first one is Rich AF by Amanda Frances. I absolutely adore Amanda Frances. I follow her everywhere. I binge her YouTube videos. I listen to her podcast. I follow her on Instagram. I've obviously read her book. So this book is incredible. It was the first time. So I'm very woo-woo. I'm all about the woo and the work, as Jenna Kutcher would say. But I'm super woo-woo. I really do believe in all of their manifestation mindset stuff. Excuse me if you don't, but this book is so amazing. It was the first time I was introduced to the concept of overflow. So sure, I've always had big goals, big dreams, and always used manifestation and mindset techniques to assist in the achieving of said goals. But this was the first time that someone had really lent into overflow. So more than enough, and it was just such an interesting frame on what we can have in our lives, that we didn't just have to survive. We didn't just have to think small, play small, set a goal that perhaps was arbitrary and that everyone else had. It was really this idea that we could do everything that we could think of and still have money left. So pay all the debt, pay all the bills, pay the team, do all of the marketing cool things that we want to do, buy the designer handbag, buy the whatever, have the great house, and there's still give money to charity, and there's still money coming in, there's still money there. There is overflow, there is abundance, there is more than enough. So awesome book to really think bigger, which is amazing. So lots of mindset stuff, lots of emotional and energetic alignment stuff, breaking limiting beliefs. Awesome. Love that one. Highly recommend. The next one, Change of Pace, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Oh my God, no idea, butchered that name. Awesome. I read this book on my honeymoon a year ago. I sat by a pool and I literally couldn't put it down. And it is zero mindset, zero woo-woo. It's very, it was really interesting because, yes, it's called The Psychology of Money, but it was a real, look back, historical view of money. So how people think about money, people's financial behavior, long-term thinking, have you ever heard compounding interest, all of that kind of stuff, but really looked into things that had happened in the economy, why they had happened, consumer behavior, risk tolerances. Yeah, it's just a really different approach to money, one that I'd not really thought about. So yeah, if you care about money, I'd really read The Psychology of Money. It's even just about behavior. So how you behave, has more of an effect on how much money you have than what you know. So yeah, just super interesting. I don't know, probably didn't do that one justice. Anyway, the next one is Die with Zero. Also a bit of a money book, but a little bit of a different pace. So it's not a business book per se. If you have a job, if you don't have a business, you would certainly value from reading this book. The concept of die with zero is that when you die, there's not really any point in having money in the bank, and you don't want to be on your deathbed having saved every penny and not have lived life. So the idea that we perhaps work in a job until we are, 65, 70, I don't even know what the retirement age is. And then where we have access to all of these savings or our super or our 401k, depending on where you're listening from. And then we are probably too physically deteriorated to actually enjoy that wealth that we've created for ourselves. So it really looks at how do we spend money at different stages of our life so that we can get the maximum enjoyment out of it. We can get the maximum benefit out of it. We can actually live rather than save. And it doesn't, it's not talking about being irresponsible, but it's just reframing how we think about money and what money is actually there for. The fact that it is a tool and a resource to help us experience and live life. Awesome. Absolutely love that one. Love it, love it, love it. Atomic Habits. Surely you've heard of Atomic Habits by James Clear. For anyone trying to do anything, this is a great book to read. It really focuses in on this concept of the power of tiny changes. So you might have heard of the 1% rule, where essentially rather than trying to run a marathon tomorrow, you do a little bit each day to build up until you can run that marathon. So it's a really good reframe for people who are trying to hit a goal and going, oh my God, I don't even know where to start because I can't run a marathon today. So it really breaks things down and talks about how, chunking things down into these tiny, tiny habits is what actually leads us to the end goal. Also talks a lot about our environment and how our environment has such a strong impact on what we do, our actions, our habits, and therefore whether we achieve our goals or not. So I love that book because it makes things doable. As somebody who does have very big goals, it gives me permission to do the small thing and know that that small thing will compound and then that will lead to the big goal. So love that. It's a good one to get past overwhelm if you're feeling a little overwhelmed. The last one is a little bit of a bonus / lie because I haven't actually finished it yet. But I wanted to share it with you. I'm literally, let's say, a third of the way through. I wanted to add this one into the list today because it's awesome. It's so cool. It's called 10x is easier than 2x, and it is by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. It is phenomenal. Again, leading into it. So it's this idea that thinking 10x bigger is actually so much more achievable and easier than thinking 2x. So 2x is often, well, if I just work harder, if I just put more effort in, if I just work more hours of the day, then my business will grow. As opposed to, what if I had this radical, cool idea and then my business leapfrogged? That's the concept of changing our thinking from just do more to do differently, really. It's really cool. It's really given me some awesome ideas for Spark. Some that will be coming out at the end of this year. So just, you wait. Which is absolutely cool. I love it when you find a new concept that really changes your thinking, and it is already been doing that for me. So highly recommend if you need a bit of inspiration, if you're feeling a little like you don't want to work any harder, if you want some big ideas, if you want some different strategies, if you want to do things in a more efficient way to get bigger results, highly, highly recommend this one. 10x is easier than 2x. That's it. As I said, absolutely love business books. If you have any that you would recommend that I buy and add to my reading list, please tell me. Comment wherever you're listening to this podcast, whether it is on the gram, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on a podcasting platform. I'd really love to hear from you. I love being inspired by business books. And if you've read a good one, then share the love. I hope you're amazing. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for backing yourself in business. You are incredible. You've got this. And I will chat to you on the next episode.